Hi folks, Thrill here with a Let's Play of Blade Runner. This was released on PC in 1997, so it's getting there in the age, almost 20 years old. And I will say it is one of the best looking games of this era that I've ever seen. It is honestly stunning. So I'm going to start up a new game with the cutscenes and then just talk about a couple of things and then get started. So let's start a new game. Difficulty wise, I've heard that hard is tedious at best, so I'm not going to play that. And I hear medium is kind of unbalanced and easy is just too easy, so I don't really have the best of choices here, so I'm just going to go with medium for now and see how it plays out.
I'm leaving now.
Lucy, my sweet.
I cleaned out the tiger cage and sorted all the meal bins. So, if it's all right, it's my turn to fix dinner.
Haven't you forgotten something, little one? Just one little thing.
Mr. Runcer, please.
It's been a very long day.
I don't want to.
Now, Lucy, I thought we'd settled this last week. Don't let's forget who pays your salary. We're closed. Come back tomorrow. Wait! I haven't finished with you. I told you we're closed.
We're not here to buy, little man. We've come to sell.
You can't possibly have anything to interest me. These are extremely rare animals of the highest quality.
What a coincidence. So am I. That is the price for humility.
Please, don't.
And what else might we interest you in today, sir? Perhaps some virtue?
Not my animals, please. I'm begging you.
But what of honor, little man? At what price? Honor.
Oh my God, no! That tiger is the rarest specimen ever seen.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright. The forest of the night.
BR 61661, report to precinct headquarters, code 3, repeat code 3.
I was just finishing up my 12 out on patrol when I got the call. Welcome relief considering that the most action I'd seen all night was a schizoid grandmother doing the shimmy in her underwear in the second sector.
3. Repeat, code 3.
Last time I had a 3 was when some hooker vomited Thunderbird on Bryant's desk, and yours truly led the cleanup crew. Year and a half on the job, it was still the dirtiest work I'd seen. Where's Captain Bryant?
Took a sick day. Got himself a heinous case of ptomaine poisoning. He asked me personally to run the unit in his absence.
Gouza was one of the old-time guys who took their knocks in the streets. He had a friendly way about him, but you didn't want to turn your back on him if you were less than a friend.
Hope you've been enjoying your leisure time, kid, because it's time to take that thumb out of your ass.
Hallelujah.
Don't get too excited. The other Blade Runners are all jammed up. Holden's sucking dinner through a straw. Gaff's working the Tyrell break-in, and Steele's working special undercover. Looks like you got this one by default.
You really know how to make a girl feel wanted.
Animal murder done at Runciter Zoological. Probably just be a schizoid glitz, but we got the call. Old man Runciter lost something like 1 billion chinions worth.
10 to 1, this ain't a job for Rep Detect.
You got something better to do? Perfect your French cooking, maybe?
Slumming tonight, Slim?
I thought you were on special assignment.
Wasn't too damn special after I had the suckers out.
What happened?
A couple of fours were masquerading as fibroplast insulators down at Kaiser. I dressed up like a nurse. They never had a chance.
I'll bet. You put them on the machine?
Hell no. There's a beautiful little thing in here called the magic, and it ain't ever been wrong. You develop it, you got a brilliant career ahead of you.
I'm working on it.
What's Gouza got you doing tonight?
AM at Runciter's.
Animal murder. Oh, those skin jobs got no respect for anything that truly lives and breathes. And that goddamn Eldon Tyrell ought to be zipped into a body bag and flushed into deep space.
Get rid of him, we'd be out of a job.
I think we're all overdue for a little off-world paid vacation. You can stop staring at my ass now.
You got eyes in the back of your head?
All you gotta do is ask, Slim.
Animal sales was a profitable and prestigious business since most real animals had died out after the Terran War. There were plenty of electric ones, though, powered by rechargeable batteries. No self-respecting human would own one of those frauds.
That game just looked amazing. I mean, the 3D cutscenes are fantastic, and I remember at the time, well, I don't remember necessarily, but I read that at the time the game was marketed as the first game with real-time 3D graphics, and it indeed does have that, although I'd imagine the majority of it's pre-rendered, but it still just looks so pretty for a 1997 game. So, I'll just quickly jump into the settings before I move around here. There's a couple of things I just wanted to fix. The game unfortunately doesn't have any subtitles, so I'm just going to turn some things down a little bit. Not too much, but just so that the speech is definitely higher than everything else. There's multiple conversation choices, they call them, which is essentially, well, if you highlight over it, you can kind of automate how he would react to people and talk to people. So he could be polite or he could be erratic. Probably the normal one would be most like Deckard from the actual film, which, by the way, the film is incredible, and if you haven't seen it yet, you probably should. Maybe even Surly would be Deckard, but I'm just going to stick to user choice for now. I do think it's interesting that the game has automated modes so that you can kind of have a more cinematic experience, but I'm just going to stick to making my own choices. This designer's cut thing is essentially, it cuts out all of the fluff so that you're only getting dialogue that's pertinent to the story and to the puzzles, whereas if you turn this off you get all of the dialogue. So I'm going to leave this off because of course we want the richest experience possible. And I actually noticed something, or something I just thought of when watching those cutscenes. There was a voiceover from, what's the guy's name again? Something McCoy, I can't remember his name now. But there's voiceover from him, narration, which was in, I think, the theatrical cut of the film, where they had Harrison Ford do the voiceover because apparently they thought audiences weren't clever enough to just understand what was inferred by the acting and what was happening on screen. So if you are going to watch the film, seek out Ridley Scott's final cut, not the director's cut. I think they did the theatrical, the director's, and then the final cut. You want the final cut because that's the one that Ridley Scott himself wanted for the film, and there's no narration, there's no happy ending kind of stuff. There could be a happy ending. It depends on how you interpret it. But what I mean is, the theatrical release had a really cheesy ending, as far as I remember. But I haven't seen it in such a long time. There's tutorial stuff. You can refer to this at any point. You get a clue database and all that, which is nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a long time since I've played any number of point and click or graphic adventure games, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't played them since probably the Amiga or something like that when I was in my youth. So we can save the game. We'll just save over that. Whatever. And we can also click on this, and it gives us just a bunch of different stuff we can go through. But this will all become more relevant when we get to the story stuff. So let's move around and see what's going on. I always find it interesting that you can actually go back to your vehicle and fly off and go to other places before you even start off the main scene, but we'll just stay here and talk to this guy.
What do you know?
About 30 counts of animal murder and one of aggravated assault. The shop's been thrashed. You ought to see this tiger cub they got in there. It's a goddamn tragedy.
How's old man Runsiter holding up?
State of shock. He's been moaning and complaining about his world caving in.
You'd feel the same way if they were your animals. How many perps?
At least 2. Bloody footprints all over the scene.
Must be a delightful sight.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything else we can do here. We'll just take a look around.
Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant. Unless the city had bought a jet black fire truck, somebody had a big fat traffic ticket coming.
Yeah. I should say as well, I've never played this game before. I've only seen footage of it.
Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
You head over here. You can actually double click and run to speed things up.
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
Maybe we can, when we're done in there, we can come and talk to this guy again.
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
Yeah, just get past that dialogue. Okay, let's head in then.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for 2 very big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled, graceful even. Quite a pair.
He does look a little bit sketchy against everything else, but weird that we're in such fine detail. McCoy here.
I'm ruined. Totally ruined.
Let's talk to this guy
McCoy,
then.
LPD.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
She's responsible for all this mayhem?
No, of course not. It was 2 men acting in concert with her, obviously.
Obviously. What'd they look like?
Big and scary and absolutely malevolent.
Okay. And we know from the opening cutscene that the main one with the little soul patch is most likely a replicant. But oh no, I wonder if McCoy's a replicant. We'll never know, because hopefully the game doesn't use the same gag from... Well, not the same gag. It's not a gag, but it doesn't use the same, kind of implication from the movie. Anyway.
My precious one. She was my baby.
You got any discs from that camera?
It's irrelevant. Those murderers also destroyed the camera. Thousands of Jinyens worth.
Maybe it photographed them before they shot it out.
I guess you've got a point at that.
Okay.
I believe this is the disc from last night.
Peachy.
Don't know if there's anything else in here we could do. back this way. No, we'll try talk to him again and then we'll take a look at the disc. Okay. Lucy.
Tell me about this Lucy.
There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for about a month. She's about 14 years old with pink hair. A very attractive young thing.
How'd you find her?
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone. And he's a very reputable wholesaler.
You treat her well?
As well as any young tot should be treated.
She got a desk? Or someplace where she worked?
She used to eat over there.
Okay.
See if you can dig up that reference from Ogilvy's.
Yes, it's somewhere here. Just a moment. Here you are.
I love the animations.
Can you think of anything they might have been after?
First, I thought they wanted money, but I don't keep any in the shop. Then I thought they wanted to steal my animals, but they started executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts?
Chill out, man.
You ever do any business with the replicant manufacturers, Tyrell Corporation?
I resent that accusation.
Just wondering.
Officer, last May I personally sold Governor Kolvig an exquisite Bergeron colt. I have been a guest at his house on 3 separate occasions. Do I look like I need to carry artificial product?
I always thought that animals were banned in the world of Blade Runner. I could be wrong. In fact, this might be Cyberpunk I'm thinking of. The tabletop. Okay, these are weirdly standout objects. Let's look at this.
A toy dog.
A toy dog.
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself. A candy bar. Yuck.
Okay, let's, yeah, I was gonna say, we can start looking at this stuff. Let's see, candy. That is cool. This must have been such a cool game at the time.
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
I like that it actually, down at the bottom right there, it refers to where you got it, what it's relating to, and what kind of thing it is. Okay, let's... we can also filter. See, this is really cool stuff. Okay, we'll listen to the audio first, and then check out those videos. So... these are audio recordings? Okay, let's listen to this.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for 2 very big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for 2 very big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness.
Okay, so I can go back and listen to...
graceful even. Quite a pair.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, and then I can go back and listen to that. So then, that's weird that... Okay, well, we'll just watch the video then. Possibly have to find a way to watch it, maybe back at the police, or the Blade Runner precinct, whatever they call it, I don't know. Okay.
About 30 counts of animal murder and 1 of aggravated assault.
Okay. I'm gonna save. Just gonna do that. Try and make a save every make a new save file every time so I can always jump back in case I screw things up, essentially. I'd say what I'm trying to figure out is if I can inspect items further, because I don't want to miss things. I can do that. So let's do object and then...
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone, and he's a...
Alright, so I'm going to assume that you can't inspect things further. It's essentially just to listen to things. Okay. Anything else? else I'm missing here? I'm sure I'm going to have to take the tape somewhere else to play that. I just don't want to miss anything. So you're going to see a lot of this, just wiggling the mouse around in different areas. What was that? That was just him. Okay, let's see if there's anything else I can say to him.
Stick around. I may not be finished with you. Stick around. I may not be finished with you.
I guess not. Ooh, don't shoot him. Well, at least we have a gun.
Stick around. I may not be finished with...
Let's get out of here. That was fast.
Didn't add up. Animal murders, the lack of any theft. The small animals alone were worth a good chunk of change on the street. It seemed more like an act of vengeance.
I feel like I recognize his voice. The voice actor.
Find anything else out here?
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runseter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
Okay.
Canvass the area. Maybe
No.
somebody had his eyes.
I'm on it.
I want to talk to the...
Canvass the...
I'm on it.
Canvass...
I'm on it.
Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to interview her.
Find anything else out?
This guy
Okay,
lives
that's-
across, looked out his window and saw a black sedan speeding away from the scene.
Oh, so there's more than one.
Find anything else out here?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
I never did appreciate art.
Okay, I guess I'm not supposed to... this is... Unfortunately, some of this is just going to be me learning the logic of the game, so... Because a few misclicks and repeated dialogue until I kind of get the hang of it. But let's head to our car and get out of here. That is so cool. See, this is difficult because one, I don't know where I am, and two, I don't know where I'm going. That's the police, or the Blade Runner. It would be a police station, whatever. Oh yeah, you can highlight. Okay. Runseter's McCoy's apartment. Okay, we'll head to her apartment, I guess, just to see what happens when we go there.